we welcome you live to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series, season number 4 race in Atlanta. We are here once again. Of course, it was an entire off week last week. We had the FedEx Indianapolis 500 for lobbies. That was the only event we had a week ago. But we are officially back with the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series tonight, of course. And it's officially Atlanta week as we welcome you in live. So, of course, this is the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. So, of course, Wednesday night Xfinity action returns as race number 4 of the Xfinity Series season. Of course, Cup will be here at Atlanta Motor Speedway tomorrow night as well. And we get a packed week of action with Cup and Xfinity Series. And, of course, it's going to be under the lights once again, just like last season. So, as we welcome you live to the broadcast booth, we'll be underway for the half-hour warm-up session just a few moments. I'm joined here by Cameron Chandler and, of course, Ashton Miller. And we are live here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. All right, guys, so, of course, it is Atlanta, so they're newly reconfigured Atlanta from a couple of years ago. So we've had 2 Xfinity races here in the past. Of course, last season had an insane finish with the car flying through the air. What do we expect tonight, of course, under the lights?
Yeah, definitely a lot more chaos will probably happen this race. Hopefully, for my team's sake, Cole Wilson doesn't decide he's going to wreck himself off of his rival. And hopefully Ethan Chandler can keep his eyes working and actually see flipping cars in front of him.
Yeah, we don't really talk about that, what happened last season. Carlos Ortiz. But cars are going to be on the racetrack here from Atlanta as they are rolling on track. Welcoming you live. I can't talk tonight, apparently. All right. Welcoming you live to the Atlanta Motor Speedway here tonight. Cars are on track. Welcome live to Atlanta. First one, the 8 of Maddox Beard. Of course, he won the pole for the Fontana race a couple of weeks ago here in the Xfinity Series. Ended up actually with I think a 20th or so place finish there, and scored only 1 point. Of course, the point he did score was that pole position point. And currently, he sits 20th in the standings. So, Maddox Beard gonna need some redemption here tonight. Here is Christian Herklotz. Of course, it's Atlanta Motor Speedway. If you had a bad start to the season, you haven't had speed, this is a good time to try and turn it around, because it's kind of not as well as Daytona and Talladega, but it's kind of even out the playing field. Herklotz here in that number 4 machine. He currently sits 18th in points, finished 13th in Fontana 2 weeks ago. He's also going to have a good run tonight to try to get himself into playoff contention as they head down the front straightaway here at Fontana. All right, down into 1 and 2 they go. Of course, there is the 29-year points leader, Richard Cherry. He also won in Daytona, the last drafting style track we had on the schedule. Cherry looking for 2 drafting style track wins in a row. There is the one, that is Matthew White, of course, full-time Cup Series driver, making his, I believe, 3rd Cup Xfinity start of the season. So far, top of the board, it is Christian Herklotz in the 4 machine. There is the 6, heading down the back straightaway. That is Rahman in his first career Xfinity Series start for his own team. Screaming Luigi Racing. So very interesting team name and very creative by the driver of the 6 machine in this Ford Mustang. Ahead of him, there is a Toyota Supra. That is Jake Scarborough. Full-time for George Carey Freeze Racing. Of course, Xfinity and Cup both had a week off as we were at Fontana 2 weeks ago. And, of course, going to victory lane for his first career win was Justin Rowe in the 72, I'm sorry. And, of course, Scarborough heading down the front straightaway.
Yeah, you see him on the apron there. That's not a place that will be allowed for the actual green flag race.
Ooh, in the wall is Greg Holes in the 96. Racing for 3 and 4. There is the 32. That is Alexander Ortega. He's had great speed so far this season in the Xfinity Series. But even in lobbies, which is, of course, the IndyCar Series race, He's just not had good luck before. So he finished top 3 at USA Speedway a few weeks ago. At Fontana, he actually won the stage, had very, very good pace, but ended up with a DNF after having a hard wreck on the back straightaway. Looks for some redemption here tonight. You see Joseph Lewis working his way to the inside of that number 64, Carey Freeze. And of course, we're currently underway here in Atlanta. Cars head down the front straightaway. About 22 minutes to go in the warm-up session. We got more cars here on the backstretch. That is Andrew Stacy in the 96, or I'm sorry, the 18 getting up the speed. Ahead of him, the 77, that is Brandon Pfeiffer. Behind him, Ronan Suarez. Then you got 3 cars, Herklotz, 3 Team Chevy Motor Club machines, Cherry and Maddox Beard. All right, and one pulling on to the racetrack. That is the 78 of Salas. Scarborough rolling down the front straightaway here into 1 and 2. He is on the board right now. Here comes the 81 of Cam Caraway. The driver of the 81 Toyota Supra this season, Cam Caraway, just really has kind of been down on pace all year long, unfortunately for him. Remember, in Fontana, he was running last on pace in practice pretty much the entire time. Caraway currently sits 13th in the standings, so definitely could have been a whole lot worse with how his pace has been so far this season. We see on pit road, that is the 14 of Tyler Stevenson. Of course, we all know him for missing the Daytona season opener. Stevenson has not really had a very solid season so far. He currently sits 14th in the standings. Of course, had a wreck at USA Speedway. Got a decent finish. His only decent finish of the season at Fontana a couple of weeks ago. But other than that, it's been kind of just a mess for driver of the 14. Big save there for the 65. Or, I'm sorry, 32 of Alexander Ortega. Rolling down the front straightaway go a couple of cars. There's the 96 of Greg Holes down in the 1 and 2 in that Hunsaker Motorsports Chevrolet. Herklotz and Maddox Beard rolling back on to the racetrack. There is Cam Caraway. Ahead of him, there is Jake Scarborough. Here is the 9 of TJ Moon. Of course, he had a great start to the season in both USA Speedway and at Daytona. After not scoring anything in Fontana, he currently sits P11 in the standings. So going to need some redemption here tonight from Atlanta. But last drafting track we were at, of course, he finished second to Richard Cherry. Oh, Herklotz going around in the 4. He slides in front of Alexander Ortega. Oh, big wreck. The 96 of Holes just got absolutely slammed from underneath, and then getting into it as well as the 1. Matthew White takes another hard shot into the wall.
Yeah, typical Matthew White behavior, crashing into something.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. As Maddox Beard comes to the bumper of Rojan Koch. Koch, of course, missed the playoffs last season in the Xfinity Series. Currently, for Rojan Koch right now, he sits 22nd in the standings. So, still has been kind of a disappointing year for the driver of the 27. And is with his new team, Hunsaker Motorsports. Teammates here from George Carey Freeze Racing. Of course, teammate are George Carey Freeze and Nolan Crane. Then you got Joseph Lewis here in the 28. Joseph Lewis currently sits 12th in the standings. He is a -6 to the cut line. Of course, the playoff battle is still wide open for a lot of these drivers. Greg Holes, we just saw on the apron there in the 96. He currently sits 25th in the standings. He was involved in a big accident from Fontana. He will get spun. It was the big one on the back straightaway. Don't know why that opened. Sorry about that. Some technical difficulties.
Yeah, production's not doing too hot right now.
Shut up, Cameron.
Yeah, I forgot production doesn't really like me, so I can't really insult
Yeah.
them.
Your job's on the line. As they roll on to pit road here. We got 3 of the Curie Freeds machines. There's Ronan Suarez ahead of the 4 of Christian Herklotz. As he gets pushed down this backstretch. Maddox Beard there up in the 8. Ahead of him is the 18 of Andrew Stacy. So, of course, the Xfinity Series field, as well as the Cup Series, as always, is very, very stacked for this season. We have about 30 full-time drivers trying to make the playoffs. As hard in the wall goes Andrew Stacy. Of course, only 8 will. Cup Series, of course, has 35 full-time cars trying to make playoffs, whereas 12 will advance. Comes 4 of the Curie Freeds Toyotas up off turn 4. And they roll down the front stretch. And of course, tomorrow night, the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series heads to Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Cup race, the main event of the week, as always. We've got an 85-lap Xfinity event for you guys tonight. There is Brandon Pfeiffer ahead of TJ Moon. He's on his bumper. Moon trying to, of course, get back inside of the playoff picture. Pfeiffer currently sits 7th in the points, +1 to the cut line. So it's still very, very close at the top. Far from over in the regular season. Here's Rojan Koch in the 27. Big wreck here on the front straightaway. Multiple cars involved. The 18 of Andrew Stacy going through the grass. Christian Herklotz there in the 4. There's the 29 of Braden Hunsicker. All right, just about halfway through practice. You see the 22 of Cole Wilson coming down pit road. He's going to nearly wreck that thing. Cole Wilson currently sits 5th in the standings for Chandler Wilson Racing.
Yeah, he's got to step it up. He's got to win in the Cup Series, but I mean, he's full-time in Xfinity, so he's got to step it up in this series.
All right. So cars rolling back on the racetrack. About 15 minutes to go in the warm-up session. There is Tyler Stevenson in the 14 machine. More cars rolling here down the backstretch. 29. Braden Hunsicker around the outside. Scarborough there in that number 61. Matthew White, Richard Cherry, and the 29 of Braden Hunsicker all rolling down the front straightaway. Big pack here in the turns number 1 and 2. As they head down the back straightaway. All right, so this is where you're kind of seeing the race. Of course, it's going to be a whole lot more dense, but side-by-side action, multiple lanes deep, as they roll down the front straightaway here at Atlanta yet again. Stage points are also going to be on the line. They are going to be pretty important, especially early in the season. So, of course, as you all know, the normal points standings don't award as much as they usually would in other series, of course. Like they have, like, I guess the way to explain it is they have, like, maybe if finishing first in real NASCAR would give you 40 points, here it gives you only 25. Stage points are more important in the overall standings. And of course, you get that bonus point for pole position, then a bonus point for 0x if anybody has that. Oh, and they're going to wreck on the back straightaway. Oh, big hit. Rojan Koch into the wall hard. And then, of
Hey,
course,
talk about Rojan Koch. He's been making some interesting developments in team meetings and events. So Rojan Koch, we don't know what's going on with you. We hear an Emily Love obsession going on over there. Yeah, Rojan Koch, watch out for that guy if you ever get near him.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, but definitely been some stories about it, that's for sure.
Whoa. Oh, Matthew White. He's loose in the wall hard with Cherry, and that's going to be hard in the wall once again. Cars definitely seem a little bit unstable. Of course, in the Cup Series tomorrow night, cars are going to be, like, planted to the ground because they're Cup cars. But
that's probably going to be a preview for later tonight.
We'll see.
I mean, yeah, that is a characteristic of this new Atlanta. The tires wear out pretty quickly, and it gets really hard to turn. Likely, we'll see guys letting off the gas, and if they don't, they likely will end up in the wall or to the car to their outside and causing a big pileup. We also saw Cole Wilson in a official race quite a while ago, not streamed unfortunately, but he ended up blowing a tire at Atlanta. So very interesting maneuvers by Cole Wilson. Doesn't know how to tire save, so hopefully he can keep the tires on it for this race and not wreck the field.
Yeah, oh, Greg Hole's getting turned around by Andrew Stacy, and they're wrecking down here once again. And they're going to be hard on the wall here again. Stacy gets involved. There's the 65 of White Youngblood. Of course, White Youngblood was the points leader after Daytona, or one of the top 2 in the points after Daytona. But now he currently sits, I believe, check on that. White Youngblood currently sits 9th in the standings. Plus -0, so he's right there. So
not much of a worry for him though. I mean, we are only on a 4th race this season, I believe. So very early days in the season. A lot of time to make that ground back up.
But of course, drivers further back in the points, like 25th, 26th in the standings, you can't spend too long back there. Because as these races go on and you continue to have poor performances, you're going to get put in the deeper and deeper points hole every single race, and it's going to be harder to get out of as the season winds on.
Yeah, those are the guys who really need to get on the hop if they want to have a shot at a championship. You can't be sitting around there come race 5, 6, 7, too buried deep in the standings, because you would not make that up.
Big wreck here. Of course, this is a good opportunity for a lot of drivers that we usually don't see up front to probably get some really solid points tonight, or possibly even a victory. Of course, the win doesn't lock you into the playoffs anymore. It doesn't even lock you into the next round with the rule changes this season, but we'll see how that momentum can swing with some drivers.
Definitely does give you a huge confidence boost to win a few races here.
10 minutes to go in practice. Of course, another thing that was announced this week, we'll have 1-lap qualifying sessions for all NASCAR iRacing FedEx League races at drafting style tracks, which include Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta, and iRacing Superspeedway. And then also in the Cup Series, we'll be down to 80% fuel load on Cup cars at certain tracks, most notably mile and a halves, as they wreck down here on the inside. Ooh, hard on the walls in the 96 of holes.
That new rule, that's a heartbreaker for qualifying merchants Matthew White. Can't be pacing around the track at 100 miles an hour until coming off turn 4 anymore.
Yeah.
I mean turn 2 on your first fast lap. So, as soon as you pull out the pits, you need to be on the gas as fast as you can go.
Upside down. It's the 14 of Tyler Stevenson. Takes a wild flip here in 3 and 4. And then, of course, you also can't be pacing around at 10 miles an hour like Matthew White has been doing the last 2 intermediate-style tracks at Kentucky and Fontana to try to win the stage, because that's going to be taking.
I mean, Matthew White he's just a dirty driver. Very illegal driving Matthew White does, and it's a wonder why he's even still in the league.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we saw it all live at Darlington with his maneuver on, it might be best to not say the person he did it on, but we saw his maneuver on said person, and that showed Matthew White's true colors. So he's got to be on high alert. As we have a spinner, that guy will save it. What a save by that guy!
What George came for these. As also another rule that we will be trying to enforce tonight is that line rule, especially in the quad oval. we've officials talked, and we have decided that going under the line will result in most likely just drop in position. This also goes into qualifying, so I think qualifying laps are going to be a little bit more non-crazy for this track as well.
Yeah, if you advance your position below the line, you will have to give that position back. If you don't do it within a certain amount of laps, you will likely be given a drive-through penalty. So that's not something these drivers will want to receive this race. Definitely can be race ending.
Yeah.
As they roll down the front straight over here into 1 and 2 yet again. About 7 minutes to go in the warm-up session.
How about Cole Wilson, top of the board? You know, Cole Wilson, he's something you call a super speedway merchant. He's not really there on the intermediate, short tracks, anything that takes skill. But good golly, you get him on a wide open track and he will be there every single time. That's how he won the Daytona 500. He's always there in any plate race we do. And he may be one to watch for this race if he doesn't hook himself down the straightaway again.
All right, into 1 and 2 they go. About 7 minutes still left here in the warm-up session. So, guys, have there been any? I can't talk to them. Have there been any surprises so far in this session that we have seen on the racetrack? Any drivers that we're seeing that are fast? Some drivers maybe low on the timing sheets that we have seen.
I mean, Ronan Shore is in P3 right now. I'm not sure if he's ran a race this season, but so far a great showing for him, and he also could be one to watch today.
I got my eyes on Stevenson. He's been showing some pace, especially in this little pack up here with Cole Wilson. He currently P5 right now. A lot of drivers are in good hands with him right now, but he seems to be improving as the season goes on.
And Stevenson's a guy, he's been struggling this season so far. Did not make the Daytona race, and then unfortunately got turned around at USA. I'm not too sure what happened to him at Fontana. I think he finally had a decent run there. But he needs runs like he needs good runs for the rest of the season if he wants to get back on track for his playoff hopes.
As Suarez will come down to pit road here. Ooh, cars make their way here down the front stretch yet again. 3 wide action going on. 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, not 3x3 though.
A lot of the contact made, but a lot of the Curie Freeze cars we've seen so far tonight working together pretty well. So we'll see how that is able to continue through the race, and maybe they'll be able to work together well enough to try to get a victory tonight with one of their 4 cars. Oh my God!
Oh, and we have an accident caused by Matthew White and Andrew Stacy. What a shocker there!
What's
Maddox Beard spins through the grass.
Oh, he got cleaned out. White Young, but cleaned out.
Oh yeah, this is a terrible crash. Get out the tarp.
Okay.
I guess another thing we should talk about too is we might be seeing some street-wide action tonight here, especially in the corners, and I wouldn't expect to see 5 wide on the front straightaway coming to the checkers.
Yeah, I mean, I sure do hope we don't go 5 wide. That means someone's probably below the line, so they will pull off that maneuver and will be very upset with the result. So I hope that doesn't happen.
All right, so still 4 minutes to go here in the warm-up. So.
Oh my! Oh my! Terrible crash in turn 2.
Trying to take a look. Oh, it's Nolan Cranell torn up in the DoorDash number 63. Oh my God! Got absolutely destroyed there. Here's Maddox Beard. So Maddox Beard is going to need some good points here tonight from Atlanta. Of course, after right now being 20th in the standings, he's going to look for some good stage points and good race points at the end.
I mean, yeah, it's just been sort of just a disappointing start for Max Beard in the beginning of the season. He really needs to get his points back up, like he said. I think Atlanta might be the right track to do it. He had some good luck at Daytona, but that's about the only track I can remember this season. Yeah, he's had a pretty decent run.
He got the pole last week in Fontana and led quite a bit of that race was up front. But then unfortunately he just burned up his tires at the end or at the end of the first race, and that just set him up for a terrible second half.
Ooh.
As we have an incident happening here, CJ Erdman goes around.
For CJ Erdman led the points coming into Fontana. Of course, not the case anymore, but still up there is contending as we got a big wreck here on the front straightaway. It's the 18 of Andrew Stacy involved. Oh my God, Matthew White.
Yeah, whoever that guy was, Matthew White, he needs to have his racing license revoked. That maneuver right there was purely unacceptable, and he needs to go.
I mean, he does have the most ever NASCAR iRacing FedEx League wins. So.
Oh, I don't care. He needs to be
And he's
exiled straight to North Korea after that maneuver. That was just
he's one of the,
unacceptable.
unlike Cameron Chandler, he's one of the original drivers in the league that has been here since the Season 1 Daytona 500.
Oh, we got.
I mean,
nothing
we
more.
still won't forget though Matthew White's maneuvers throughout his career, and yeah, Matthew White, a terrible driver, absolute weapon.
Yeah, it took Cameron Chandler all the way up until Season 3 to be able to win an Xfinity race.
Part time, buddy. Nice try. More wins in one season than ETR in its whole history. As Max Beard has just killed somebody on pit road. What an accident! Yeah, we're gonna need to go take a replay of that one. Maddox Beard spun out down the straightaway. I don't know if he blew a tire or what happened, but he just clocked somebody who was trying to leave pit road.
All right, we'll take a look real quick at what happened there.
God dang.
So of course, you're gonna I can't talk. Oh, that's Justin Rout. That's your
Yeah,
winner
he took out an
last week.
ETR card. Absolutely deserved because he drives for ETR.
Of course, let's get actually serious now. Justin Rout, of course, went to victory lane 2 weeks ago in Fontana, his first career victory. Dominated the end of that race, and in the 76 looking for 2 in a row here tonight. Contact here, Andrew Stacy and the 28 of Joseph Lewis. So, of course, Xfinity Grid so stacked, so many developmental drivers this season as we wind down here in the warm-up session. All these drivers probably going to be looking for a Cup Series opportunity next season, and there's only so many Cup seats up for grabs, so you're going to have to perform your best. We've seen some drivers perform really well this season so far to give themselves good momentum heading into the rest of the year, and possibly have some Cup owners with their eyes on them as practice will conclude. From Atlanta Motor Speedway, checkered flag in the air. Time to qualify from the Atlanta Motor Speedway to see who's going to be sitting on pole. So, of course, Cole Wilson was fastest in practice. Sun is beginning the set. Qualifying time, of course, 1 lap for the pole. Here we go. No more tire cheesing allowed, of course, with those 2 laps. It's go time with 1 lap being able to be run. All right, guys, any pole predictions here?
I mean, Matthew White still is a even without his tire cheesing, he's still a qualifying merchant. I expect to see Matthew White at least in the top 3.
I don't know how Alexander Ortega is at Super Speedways, but I think he has a chance to get in pole here too.
All right.
Y'all are thinking wrong, bro. It's gonna be Richard Cherry grabbing the pole.
Here we go. Xfinity Series qualifying. 30 cars going for pole position here in Atlanta. 1 lap for the pole. It all comes down to that lap you need to be perfect. No more redos on that second lap. It's just go time for pole position.
Yeah, to carry the most amount of momentum around the bottom, especially. This ain't like Daytona or Talladega where it's just like kind of flat and momentum stays. This, you got to work with the banking. Huntsicker top of the board so far.
Huntsicker fastest Stacy. Now Scarborough is second. Matthew White is down in fourth. Herklotz is P5. So, of course, that is their laps done. There's no, usually we're going to have a second lap to improve. Not the case here tonight. Pfeiffer is sixth. Suarez is seventh. Holes eighth. Crane ninth. Moon 10th. Still, Braden Huntsicker on a provisional pole position.
Barely, too.
Comes Cole Wilson through 3 and 4.
Crashing on the back straightaways, one car. There's the 22 of Cole Wilson. Was fastest in practice. Off turn 4 he goes. Tyler Stevenson is fifth. To the checkered flag he goes. Cole Wilson backs it down.
P2 for Cole Wilson.
The 22 goes second. Great starting spot for him so far. There's Cherry. He is done. He's eighth.
Eighth, yeah.
Calero is 23rd. Not what the driver of the 33 wanted to see. There is Cole Clausen heading down the front straightaway to the checkered flag.
No.
Oh.
Not again. Oh,
Yeah, and
wow.
Cole Clausen, we've seen throughout this season, last season, his whole career, he doesn't like his race cars, and he tends to go destroy him before getting out of them.
Cole Clausen was,
I
believe, 19th.
I guess something we also haven't talked about really is the new pit entry here. Down in turn 3, you're gonna have drivers gonna have to slow all the way down, not all the way down, but to around 90, I think, to really make pit road, and it might be Calamity Corner down there, honestly.
Notable drivers not qualifying so far: Ortega, Beard, Ortiz, Caraway, Rout, the 5, Gregory. So still lots to go with a minute and 40 to get remaining if they elect to qualify.
Ortega's rolling on the track right now.
You can hit about 100 down pit road.
There's Justin Rout in the 76.
You just gotta drift it.
Carlos Ortiz backs it
I don't know
down.
where he finished.
Ortiz is
13th.
13th. Here comes Justin Rout, your winner in Fontana. Ortega to the line to start his lap. Here we go. Braden Huntsicker still on provisional pole. Cole Wilson shares the outside. Justin Rout to the line to start his lap. Ortega down the back straightaway. Here comes Cam Caraway rolling off of pit. Gregory is 18th. Ortega making his way through 3 and 4.
He came off the bottom a little bit, though.
To the checkered flag for Alexander Ortega, the 32. He is 8th. Justin Rout behind him. Here he comes. Final time down the front straightaway. To the checkered flag. Rout is... What's the update?
I think he's
11th. Yeah,
Yeah.
He came off the bottom out of 2. I saw like a little bit of a wiggle after he hit the apron. Definitely affected him majorly.
All right, I believe Cam Caraway, I don't think he's going to have enough time, actually, to be able to come to the checkered flag. It will run down, and that is over for qualifying. Braden Huntsicker on pole position tonight in Atlanta. He wins the pole from the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and Cole Wilson's going to be starting to his outside as we welcome you live to the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series in season number 4. And guys, if anybody wants to take it away, just try to go through the starting lineup. Anybody wants to.
Yeah, nice try.
You can.
Nice try. Not
Okay,
doing that.
so we gotta get out some EOL penalties here. TJ Moon, Nolan Crane, and McLean are all gonna get EOL penalties after Fontana.
So let's go through your starting lineup. Of course, Braden Huntsicker on pole position. Cole Wilson going to be starting to his outside. Row number 2 will consist of Jake Scarborough. And then you're going to have Andrew Stacy line up in row number 2 with him as well. Matthew White will line up in row number 3. And And as well, lining up with him will be Tyler Stevenson. Then you got Herklotz, Ortega, Cheery, Pfeiffer rounding out your top 10. Justin Rout, he's going to be, of course, after winning last week or 2 weeks ago in Fontana, he's going to be starting P11. And give us one quick second.
Gotta play some elevator music up in here.
All right, back live here once again, of course, and we get the rest of your top 20 and top 30 rolling across the left side of your screen. So, guys, it is Atlanta for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series, ready to go green after practice and qualifying. What do we expect to see in the early stages of this race? Of course, the first half is going to be 42 laps long. What do we expect to see?
From what we've seen last year, especially when I was driving in that, you're gonna have to slowly kind of save your tires. Don't really want to burn it up too much, especially that right front. Right front dies pretty good. Oh, wreck on pit road!
What are they doing? Okay, I don't know. It was Cole Wilson who didn't roll off.
Okay, so we're gonna ignore that, and how about we have a chat for a pole sitter, Braden Hunsaker. Braden, you're on the pole here in Xfinity. You're kind of bushwhacking it. What do we expect for this race?
Well, you should probably expect a pretty fast race car, but you know, I don't know how we got pole, but I mean, I'm probably gonna help my drivers instead of myself, like the amazing team owner I am. But I just hope I don't get wrecked. That's all I expect.
Is your car faster than the tornadoes that almost hit the house in Minecraft?
Yeah, definitely.
Heard it here, folks.
Alright, yep, Braden Huntsnacker. Yeah, he's Braden Huntsnacker. Let's
Wow.
wish him something. Not wish him good luck though.
All right, as they, of course, roll on the pit road here to check their pit boxes. As we'll come to 1 to green this time by. Of course, we saw on the back straightaway that brand new pit exit here for Atlanta Motor Speedway, going to make especially green flag pit stops in tomorrow night's Cup race a whole lot safer.
Huh.
All right.
So, who was it that stopped in their pit lane in Auto Club?
I don't know.
It was in the Xfinity race. Cameron.
Yeah, I have no clue who it was.
I don't
He's
either.
watching. Sorry, guys. Cameron's watching reels. I heard him faintly in this background.
All right.
Yeah, nice try. That's incorrect.
Oh, we have contact again on pits.
All right. So
Not
now
surprising.
they will get all lined up here once again, ready to head to the green flag from Atlanta. Side-by-side action. It's the 4th race of the Xfinity Series season from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Braden Hunsaker, Cole Wilson leading the field to the green flag. Lots of cars going to the tail end of the longest line, so yellow penalties and whatnot from Fontana as they work their way through turns 3 and 4, ready to see the green flag this time by. Lots of drivers needing good point situations here tonight. It's a big door of opportunity in Atlanta.
Yeah, definitely. I had Atlanta marked down in the Cup Series side because of those 3 DNFs, but you know, we gotta win at Auto Club, so I don't really gotta worry about Atlanta too much.
And we will delay the green flag here. Let's back on the pace car. Become the one to go this time by now.
I guess Nolan Crane staying in the pit. I think he got damaged from when he rear-ended someone.
He's repairing a bit of
Someone-
damage.
Someone got air time, I believe. And yes, Ethan missed another airborne wreck.
Well, this one was on
Same
pit road,
track.
so it doesn't count.
Same track too.
All right. as they roll down the back straightaway, this time coming with green flag. It is Atlanta Motor Speedway for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series.
Yeah, after seeing what Daytona was, this track is a lot tighter, a lot faster. Probably gonna be a lot more aggression all the way around.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We'll see
Halfway.
3 wide action, maybe 4 wide if they're really trying to wreck, but we'll see.
Stage points up for grabs at the end of lap number 42. 85 laps from the Atlanta Motor Speedway in Atlanta, Georgia. Pace car going to make that hard left turn down a pit road now. It is Braden Hunsaker and Cole Wilson leading the field to the green flag. Race 4 of the Xfinity Series season from Atlanta is underway. Side by side down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. It is Braden Hunsaker and Cole Wilson. Scarborough on the back bumper of Hunsaker's. They make their way off turn 4 for the first time. Who's going to lead the opening lap? It is going to be Cole Wilson around the outside who will lead lap 1. Big push from Andrew Stacy as they get still door to door. Wilson nearly clear the 29. He will clear low to, but Hunsaker's still there on his bumper. Oh, Wilson got turned. What was that? And they're going to be wrecking on the back straightaway.
Big wreck.
Stevenson involved, and they all mostly somehow save it throughout the pack. I don't know what they were thinking up at the front of the field. There is Wyatt Youngblood getting turned around, and Cole Wilson, the major cause of the incident, falls to 30th place. Don't really know what was going through his mind under that. That was kind of a bad move. I'll have to take a look at that to see what happens. So
He tried to clear himself, it looked like. He tried to get down.
He clears himself for the first time on Hunsaker. He's not clear, then he goes back up. Just clears himself. Not really sure what he's doing.
Never was clear at all and just wrecked about half the field on lap 2.
You see hard hit for Wyatt Youngblood into the wall. You got Salas in the 78 going to the fence as well. Just not what we wanted to see early in the race. I don't really understand what he was doing there. I mean, there's no reason for that type of aggression early on in the event.
CWR guys back at the shop, they're going to be very upset with that one. Built him an absolute rocket ship. He was in the lead for a moment, and he got scared and decided to do what he did last season and wreck himself.
I don't know why he wouldn't stay on the top, though. Top was way more organized than the bottom.
Yeah, I don't know either. That was just a really bad move on his part, and now we have about a quarter of the field wrecked because of basically a lap 1 incident.
I wouldn't say quarter of the field. It only took out like 4 cars, but I think that was a bad block compared to mine at Talladega on the truck side.
All right, so
that
we
ended up me on my side.
Production also just told me, Ethan, to hit a nice little control R real quick.
Oh yeah, camera work has to hit a control R.
Yeah, so our eyes may be deceiving us with Braden Hunsaker's car. So we might see something different there. And how about we go get a word of Cole Wilson after that absolute horrendous maneuver?
Braden snapped me come to the green.
If I can get Cole Wilson in here. Never mind.
Hey.
Okay, Cole Wilson. Oh wait, never mind.
Get Cole Wilson in here.
Cole Wilson, we saw that absolutely horrendous maneuver on lap 2. What was going through your brain when you decided to try to pull that off?
Well, you know, I thought, like, I led lap 1 and I was clear in turn 1, so I dropped down to the bottom. No, I was clear. And then I dropped down, and then I'm running, like, Hunsaker's like trying to peek under my nose, or trying to peek under my quarter panel, so I'm like, I move up a little bit so he doesn't turn me, and then off the corner, like, I guess I pinched him too much, he came up a little bit, and then we came together and I got turned. I don't have any damage.
I don't think I saw that. I
Yeah.
think you just kind of cleared yourself there, bud.
Yeah, Cole Wilson, it's lap 2. Let's tone it down before we have to kick you off the team. All right, so yeah, Cole Wilson, absolute maniac on track. Don't do that again.
All right, as we will come back to the green flag this time by on lap number 6. So very, very chaotic start to the race. They were organized up front for the first lap, and then of course Cole Wilson gets a bit of momentum, and then he gets really aggressive, clearing himself on the second lap for whatever reason. But we will come to the green flag this time by.
Yeah, and unfortunate for Jake Scarborough, he's already out of the race because of Cole Wilson's poor maneuver. So Cole Wilson, you're gonna have to give an apology to that guy.
And possibly the whole field.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, Jake Scarborough is currently outside of the playoff cut line. Does not need that performance tonight. He's going to finish 30th at best here tonight. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. Pace car back down pit road will be underway for lap number 6. Even
Actually, green flag
restart.
racing here.
Oh, big stack up back in the field. Already 3 wide.
Cole Wilson hit another. He barely tapped someone.
As they head back down into 1 and 2. Side-by-side action for second. You got Herklotz on the inside. He's getting to the bumper of Braden Hunsicker. Kind of a mess back there as they head down the back straightaway. Tyler Stevenson up on the outside lane. He's got Brandon Pfeiffer all over his back bumper. Side-by-side here in the 3 and 4. Hunsicker will side draft the driver of the 14 as they head down the front stretch yet again here in Atlanta.
Yeah, finally getting
Whoa!
maybe some. Oh no, I'm not gonna talk anymore.
Commentator's curse.
Stevenson.
I almost said it.
Stevenson not wanting to do what Cole Wilson did a couple of moments ago as they had side-by-side 2 Ford Mustangs at the front of the field, door-to-door down the back straightaway. Big push on the outside for Tyler Stevenson. He's almost clear of Braden Hunsicker, but the 79 makes his move back down to the inside lane.
Yeah, Braden's literally just holding it off by his own. The 4 car's not even up to his bumper, so goes to show how dominant that bottom lane is, especially with no help.
Pfeiffer will clear that number 14 machine up into the lead. Still Stevenson keeping his way on the outside lane. Now he will clear low to take the race lead. Tyler Stevenson now out front in the 14 machine.
Yeah, don't look no further though. Sneaking back to the outside is the number 77 with Ortiz behind him, as someone just caught the wall back there.
Oh, that's not Ortiz. That's oh, that is Ortiz.
Wait. Yeah, I was about to say.
Okay, that wasn't supposed to be Ortiz. I believed it was Payson Lindsay. Guess we had a driver swap last second. Ortiz made the race.
As they head down the back straightaway here once again from Atlanta on lap 9. You got Pfeiffer still leading that outside lane. He's, car sliding up. It looked like I thought TJ Moon was going sideways. Luckily he keeps it going. Michael Gregory there on the back bumper of Justin Rowe. And there is Pfeiffer on that outside lane. Help from Carlos Ortiz. Looked like Cam Caraway got the wall a bit. Through 1 and 2.
In the back, the 64 got on the apron and started picking up a little bit.
Big stack up in front of his teammate. You got Ronan Suarez on the wall as well. They're stacking up big time once again back there. Still side by side though for the race lead. Pfeiffer trying to side draft Braden Hunsicker. Early in Atlanta. Still door to door for the race lead. Tyler Stevenson currently your leader.
I'm spotted of Richard Carey back in 11th on
Oh.
the bottom.
Joseph
Payson
Lewis. Joseph Lewis.
Saved it.
He saved it, but Cole Wilson just basically dumped him.
And Cole Wilson just came over the radio and asked if someone is drunk. Cole Wilson, after your lap 2 maneuver, you have no right to be saying that. But we stay green, 2x2 gridlock up front.
Side by side for the race lead still. It's Tyler Stevenson. And then, it's Portner up the racetrack. Contact. CJ Ehrman almost got involved. Elliot Portner goes up the track in that 13 machine. We got kind of a separate pack back there as we look Fortner is dropping out of line. There's Cole Wilson on the outside. So it has been kind of all chaos towards the back half of the field here tonight so far.
Oh, another car in the wall, and the 13 on the apron.
Elliott Fortner has an issue.
Something broke in that car, though.
He slapped that wall a couple of times actually. As you can kind of see the bottom line. I think those tires they're starting to get a little bit hot. I think he was starting to slide up just a little bit, so you might see the top lane be close to the wall near coming to the stage end.
Under nearly full darkness, lights are illuminating this Atlanta Motor Speedway as we come to lap number 14. Carlos Ortiz.
Oh, Ortega almost took it 3 wide through the middle for a moment.
Ways of winning this race is just keep your car way up front. Make sure you don't make no dumb decision. Cole Wilson. And just manage your tires as well.
Yeah, something Cole Wilson also isn't really too familiar with. One car all the way against the wall, 3 wide with Cole Wilson in the middle.
That's
TJ
Stacy,
Moon.
yeah. Wait, is it? No.
TJ Moon nearly in the wall as well.
That inside too, they are stacking up big time in the back of the pack.
Oh! Brandon Piper sideways at the front of the field, nearly got to the door of Braden Hunsicker.
Yeah, they're starting to get really dicey up here. We might have the big ones sooner than we saw how they're driving up here.
Yeah, personally, I would be in the group of cars that's way back there. That's just
And there's Ortega back of this pack. Yeah, 3 wide maneuver. He makes it work.
There is Nolan Crane falling back as well as they head side by side down the backstretch. 16 laps into Atlanta.
Nolan Crane not happy with that maneuver by Ortega. They're all fine though. They'll continue racing.
Stevenson side by side as they head to 3 and 4.
Yeah, Stevenson getting a lot of time up front. Oh, someone smacked him again.
Look at Ortega. He's got Christian Herklotz blocking him down to the inside, but that number 32 wants to go to the front of the field.
Ortega just needs to calm it down a little bit. It's only lap 17. We're not even near the end of the stage.
Pfeiffer trying to side draft Braden Hunsicker once again. We can see as the laps continue to wind down, especially on the outside lane, as Tyler Stevenson goes up the block. He'll be split 3 wide middle for the lead as they head back into 1 and 2. Stevenson on the inside of Brandon Pfeiffer. You got Carlos Ortiz there on the outside. Justin Rowe as Ortiz is in the wall. Pfeiffer's in the wall slightly. They all try to get it back together. Nearly an incident on the back straightaway.
What a move by Pfeiffer, and it just didn't work out for him.
Still 3 wide Herklotz on the bottom as Michael Gregory takes second place away. They're still 3 by 3. Here comes Maddox Beard, almost 4 wide for a second.
Yeah, this is extreme.
Oh, Jerry!
Big checkup as well.
Suarez down on the inside. Man, they are getting aggressive on lap 19 in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's another driver, Richard Sherry, upset for the 32. Ortega not making friends on the track right now, but who cares who you make friends with? You've got to get to the front, and that's probably where you can stay.
Yeah, you also got to realize, if you got people that hate you, especially around a super speedway, that is not a good luck charm. No one's going to work with you.
That's
You'll
not
be
a good compliment to have.
Yeah, you're going to get split 3 wide middle and fall to the back.
There is that 76 in a row as they roll down the back straightaway the entire pack of 30 machines. Rowe gets a bump from that 8 of Maddox Beard. We look at them side by side, multi-lanes deep, heading into 3 and 4 and down this front stretch yet again.
That second pack is starting to close back in slightly.
Something that I just noticed too, some drivers in the draft might be checking up a little bit just before entering the corner so they don't slide up and collect the guy outside. That's something's probably going to be become more and more common as we get more later in the race, especially with old tires.
Hey, Cameron.
Yep.
4x4.
Oh, what
Oh!
car? He's gonna spin in front of the field.
Gray Coles gets slammed by the 6 hard on the wall.
God.
1 more car's involved. They wreck down the front straightaway. Elliott Fortner There's the 94 of Erdman. 78's involved. Joseph Lewis has big damage. Greg Hull's all torn up. He is probably done. In the 96. Oh, someone's hood is.
What the?
Somebody's hood.
Someone's playing Mario. What the?
Yeah.
It is, of course, the 6 all destroyed. Greg Hull's torn up. Let's take a look at how this happened to bring out caution flag number 2.
4x4 too.
All right. Greg Hull's there you can see down on the inside. Oh, just loses it all by himself there. That is not a good look. And then gets slammed by this. Oh, man. Then Elliott Fortner. Oh, my God. Look at these hits. CJ Ehrman barely avoided that one. Calero gets involved a bit as well. You can see the 78. He gets damaged. It's right along with Joseph Lewis through this. I mean, big hit by the 28. Probably going to be night over for Lewis.
Night over for a lot of these guys. Look at this.
Oh, nowhere to go.
Yeah, a lot of rookies in this field. Like I collected in that one. Hate to see it. The 6, the 40, 78. 2 guys making their first start taken out so early in this one.
Got loose, and he would have been fine. He would have been fine, but I think the 6 didn't know where he was gonna go.
All right, are they pitting?
Yeah, we had to extend the caution so they can actually be able to pit.
All right,
Oh yeah,
so
that's
Yeah. That might be something we have to do. Just because the pit road is on the back straightaway and people have no time to react. The pit road's open.
Not sure what FedEx race control was doing up in the tower, but they decided to open the pits when cars are still catching up to the field. So, a huge advantage to be up there.
Do we got Landon Fish up in the tower?
I think Landon Fish is a little bit better than that one. I'm not sure who's up there.
It might be Milo Lively.
Oh no, he is never. I doubt he's making it to a FedEx event with Ethan Trundler in charge.
Speaking of which, last time Milo Lively was here, I believe it was the controversial finish and the couple of things.
but whatever.
Yeah,
Anyways, they wrecked down.
And there goes a hood to your right of the screen. Bouncing
God,
away.
there was multiple going into the. Hopefully everybody's all right on pit road.
Yeah, we just had a pit guy that used to be a linebacker absolutely get nailed by one of them.
All right, so they will come to the choose next time, I believe.
Yes.
I did just get a call that the crew chief of the 33 car for Jacob Calero, he was involved in that incident and had a piece of debris strike him right upside the head. So he will be quickly transported to a local hospital, and also will be fired on the spot because he brought an absolute stinker to the track for Jacob Calero.
All right.
As Jacob's currently in the pits.
As you see, cars still trying to get some damage repair. So only on lap 24 in Atlanta. I mean, this wreck should have happened about 5 laps ago before this actually happened. I mean, man, they've been racing so aggressively all day long. Greg Holes, though, 96 for Hunsaker Motorsports. Yet another bad finish, and it's another terrible wreck for him. 2 weeks in a row, he's gotten airborne and accidents. 2 weeks in a row, he's gotten run under from behind.
Something tells me if these cars get below over physics, he is gonna be up.
All right, the big one, or the medium one maybe, strikes down the front straightaway as we come to the choose cone this time by on lap 25. Three cars pick the inside. That'll give your 2 winners, full-time winners, I should say, Cherry and Rowe, the front row, or the front 2 on the outside row.
Oh Lord, look at the car starting in 6th. The field better watch out.
Oh, Cole Wilson's back.
Cole Wilson back up to the field.
I did say Cole Wilson, Super Speedway Merchant, absolutely garbage everywhere else, but the Speedways, he's always somehow up front. And, yeah, but after that lap 1 maneuver, the field's got to watch out for him.
All right, we'll be back underway here in the Atlanta night race once again on lap 26. getting closer to the halfway break here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. All right.
Cameron, stop watching reels.
Been pretty crazy race so far. As we will come back to the green flag here on lap 26. Back underway in Atlanta.
Great start from the inside.
Top has didn't get a good restart that time as those teammates, I think.
Yeah, they were not formed up at all. The first 3 cars on the inside are actually going to get cleared.
Yeah, Gregory pushing on his team owner, Braden Hunsicker, down the back straightaway. Oh, Cherry finds a place in line, maybe not. Oh, he's getting, whoa.
Absolutely drop kicked him out of line. I told you, watch out for that 22 car. He's going to clean someone else out this race.
Might be earlier than we expected.
I would not like the 22 pushing me at all right now. After that lap 1 maneuver, he's going to have to earn trust back, and that's by staying in the back, not doing anything.
Actually, it might not have been on Cole Wilson. I believe Cherry just came over the radio saying he attempted to switch lanes as there's a huge stack of Piper really slow on the top.
On that outside lane, Brandon Piper for Clear iRacing there once again as they're side by side down the front straightaway or pole sitter. Braden Hunsicker out front.
Look at that outside lane, only 2 cars, but they are on the move. The 2 cars that were the cars to beat last week on the move on the top.
Justin
Not
Rowe
last
and
week, 2 weeks ago.
Alexander Ortega. Ortega looking for his first career victory. He, of course, won the stage last 2 weeks ago, and Justin Rowe, of course, won in Fontana.
Ethan McMillan, big moment back in the field. He hangs on to it.
It's like we got Darrell Wallstrip up in the booth. Random noises coming out of Cameron Chandler.
No, you saw how sideways Ethan McMillan was. He just about wrecked it coming off of Ford.
Luckily, he's
Looks
in the
like
back.
he was dirt tracking it.
Towards the back of the field as we will come to lap 30 this time by in Atlanta. Side by side for the lead.
Justin's been doing a good job leading that top, and it looks like he might he's gonna get trying to maybe get clear of the the 29 right now of Braden Hunsicker.
Yeah, I'm not sure what production's seeing. It's the 29 for production, but everyone else it's the 39. So definitely an interesting one there.
Just add 10 to that.
Oh, up the racetrack. Justin Rowe as Ortega gets back to his bumper. You got Tyler Stevenson working out of line. Brandon Piper back there as well. $11 to go till the halfway break.
Big shove from Ortega.
Huge run in the back straightaway.
Why can I get clear? He needs a little bit more straightaway to make that top work a little bit better.
Okay.
Guess camera production wanted to look at the 6 car for 2 angles.
Yeah, production's really cooking up tonight.
Oh.
Ortega dives to the inside, not going to make the move.
That bottom lane, though.
Back.
That bottom lane is just hanging on, honestly. That top lane is trying to get it moving. They've been doing it, but they've just been stalling out going into turn 3.
We look on the bottom, it's Hunsicker, Gregory, Herklotz, Cherry, and TJ Moon all lined up on that bottom row.
Huge shove from Ortega going into 1.
Yeah, he's been a good pusher so far tonight through that 76 a row.
Also helps that's a Ford pushing a Chevy, so a lot more flatter bumper, and this is just gonna pull the cars further ahead.
Oh, Tyler
Stevenson.
He had a moment in front of that in 77 of Pfeiffer. He's able to hang on to it, though.
But back to what Connor was just saying a moment ago, the Fords in both the Cup and Xfinity Series, definitely one of the best cars you want pushing you. A really flat front bumper and really can get you out there.
One person we haven't really talked about all night. Matthew White, 11th right now. He is in the number 1 car on the bottom lane. Started what? Pretty far back. I'd say, hey! That's 32, almost got turned on the front stretch.
You talk about my random noises.
Hey.
They've just stuck 2x2 gridlock. Nobody's really been making any serious ground yet.
Rose still in that outside lane with Ortega on his bumper. You got Tyler Stevenson. It's almost sideways once again in front of Brandon Pfeiffer, who may try to split him 3 wide. Thinks better of it. Falls back in line.
Remember, they go on the stage.
Now let's see how the patience run out as 7 to go.
I mean, yeah, of course, top 10 all get stage points.
Yeah. Now it's going to be racing for points, especially some of these guys having bad weeks. Need to get a little more points, kind of position themselves good. Because you never know if you can finish the race or not. Also, you might not even finish the stage, as what we saw with the 6 car and plenty others on the front stretch.
Big moment a second ago for Nolan Crane, mid-path, sideways off of turn 4. Starting to see handling come into play. Multiple cars getting sideways. Oh, I believe the 96 spin it out off of turn 4. So that's going to be a story developing for the second half, definitely.
I mean, yeah, tires are getting hotter as well. They're getting older. Definitely not the right combination at the front of the field when you're in a pack at Atlanta.
Yeah, right.
And they are all over the place.
Cole Wilson about to wreck another.
It's 3 wide in the back. You got Matthew White to the top.
White splits Beard and Moon. You got Carlos
Back
Ortiz.
up front,
Where is he
look at
going to
the
go?
top.
Oh, car in the
whack
wall.
in the back.
Oh, Rowe in the 76. How did he save
Saved
it?
it.
Oh, there's still loose Herklots.
The 4.
And
around they
there
go.
they go.
Hard up on the wall. Ortiz in it. Trains in it.
Multiple cars
Lot of
involved.
cars.
On Coke, big wreck.
And this will end the stage. So stage results at the time of caution across the line are going to be your actual stage results. Which is, I believe, Hunsicker, Gregory, Rowe, Ortega, Stevenson, Pfeiffer, Cherry, Wilson, White, and Moon. Your drivers getting stage points. So Braden and Hunsicker will win the stage. As Cam Caraway all torn up here. Let's take a look at what happened to bring out the caution flag here. That will double as the stage finish because it's 4 to go now.
I believe Youngblood was the one that fully spun, excuse me.
So it was Herklots that got 63 of Crane, and look at Ortiz. And then Clausen gets a piece of it. Calero gets involved a bit. Then you saw that 81 of Cam Caraway get a bit of damage. Let's look here with that 4 of Herklots, see what happened to get him sideways. So it was Rowe getting really loose. Then, of course, I believe Herklots blended back on the track after being on the apron, and then Crane got turned.
Oh.
Hard hits all around. Let's ride along with driver of the number 10, Carlos Ortiz. And
I believe this
tell
is
me-
how we got our flip from
Tell-
last season.
Tell me when they're down. Pit
Multiple
Rick.
cars, multiple drivers upset about apparent ARCA brakes from multiple drivers involved in that wreck.
Yeah, I believe the 81 was one of them, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, real quick, we're going to be looking at a replay by Carlos Ortiz here. Riding on with Ortiz.
Oh, and just nowhere to go.
Yeah, just got involved.
Multiple cars with damage here under the caution flag during the halfway break. All right. So, Hunsicker going to stay out? Rose?
Yeah, these guys, the stage hasn't fully ended. I'm not sure how officials are gonna go over this,
It's at
but it
time of
hasn't fully
caution.
ended yet.
Time of
Okay, so
caution is the
yeah,
stage
never mind
rules.
then.
So it's over.
It was over. Yeah, it was over the time of caution, so we're gonna have to go back and yeah,
Yeah,
because
we'll do
everyone's
that. We'll do
hitting.
that post race. But we know Hunsaker won the stage. As they will come to pit road. Yeah, because they would have to be on 1 to go right now to end the stage at the green. So. And there's no point in
Also,
them-
I don't know how this is gonna work because for me it says there's 2 to go on the stage, so I have no idea how this is gonna work. So it might randomly throw caution. I have no idea. So if it is, I'm sorry. I can't control it.
Just
That's about to be
close it.
fun.
So it might be a 1-lap dash and then caution instantly comes out. I have
Just-
no idea what's
just
gonna
close it.
happen.
All right, now we're gonna have Hunts. So this kind of messes up the front of the field here. Strategy. We'll see how this all winds up here. So we're under the halfway
Yeah,
break currently in Atlanta.
Yeah, I believe all these guys are gonna fall to the back now.
Somewhere near that. All right. That'll give the lead to McMillan currently, but we'll see how that all plays out after this. So it has been
Oh,
an
cheers.
absolutely chaotic race so far tonight in Atlanta. Under the halfway break. So we're gonna have to extend the yellow.
We're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
These cars will roll off over here. Still got some trying to repair some damage in the back. So we're looking at it right now. See the cars that are laps down. So yeah, we're all chaos around. As I believe, with all this that's going on, I believe it'll give the lead to Ethan McMillan up front, and to his outside is going to be Jacob Calero in that 33. So lots of interesting things going on around the fields.
Yeah, we got. I'm not sure if this was caught on already mentioned on stream, but we have issues with Cole Wilson and Matthew White. As Cole Wilson tried to choose, Matthew White got into him a little bit and gave him some damage. Wilson not happy, and you're gonna see him pit here.
Let's take a look at what happened then. Of course, they were choosing early. There's Cole Wilson. I believe he already has some damage.
Yeah, already. It happened as they were at the start-finish line.
Oh yeah.
Cole Wilson slowed down to try to
and then he
decide where to go, and yeah.
I mean, honestly, that was just Cole's fault. He chose way too late. So, I mean.
Well, I mean, he chose at the line. He chose at the line. He just was going too slow.
As they will come to pit road here. So now we come to still 2 to go currently. We're still got
Why there's
stuff
still
going
2 to
on.
go? Hold on. Let me change it. No, it was. Are we all good?
Still got Cheery on. They should be able to roll off, I think.
Cam, are
Wilson
we all
maybe.
good? What's people?
Um,
We can give it one more, I think. We still got cars on pit road.
Okay.
yeah.
This has been a mess of a stage break.
All right, so cars rolling here on the pits.
How about Jacob Calero somehow in P2? I'm not sure how this happened. It probably in all of the stage chaos, but he somehow found the track position and hopefully he can stay up here. Maybe his crew chief can come back after all.
All right, so we will come to 1 to go finally this time by. That means we'll have a restart on lap 45. So it is let's give our thoughts on the first half. Unbelievable first half. It's just all around chaos.
Yeah, especially from people like Cole Wilson. I still cannot believe Cole Wilson's decision to wreck half the field on lap 1. So, Cole, you definitely, yeah, we're gonna have a nice little talk about that in the team meeting next week. And everyone else though, great racing, really hard, really aggressive, but only 2 incidents for contact. So, hopefully we can continue this for the rest of the race.
All right, so we are currently still under the caution flag. Ready to finally come back to the green flag, guys. What do we expect to see here in this second half?
A flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully not the mess that we just had in a caution.
Yeah, definitely a lot more chaos for sure.
Hey, Cameron.
Yep.
Check what I sent you.
Nice try. Yeah, let's get production on this guy. On reels, currently sending me reels. Yeah, you might be taking a nice little vacation from the roof if production gets a hold of this one.
There's been a lot that went down in this booth, so...
Yeah, FedEx Production's not happy.
I mean, the only thing that's missing is our weekly pizza we used to get in the Cup Series last season. I'm not sure what happened to that one.
Budget cuts. New ticker.
Yeah,
right.
ETR's going broke and they couldn't afford it. Anyway,
All right.
going back green.
Second half underway here from Atlanta.
Great start for that inside.
Kind of a weird
Even
start.
though it's gone.
Naked, 3 wide. There's Calera getting split by the 76 a row.
Yeah, Calero was like asleep at the wheel. He is falling back right back to where he was. So much for all that track position he just got. His crew chief will be gone.
Oh! How do they save it?
In the front.
DJ Moon and the 14 of Tyler Stevenson, they were both sideways on the apron on the back straight. Anyway, there's Ortega to the inside of Moon.
Please.
40 to
What
go.
a stack up.
40 to go in Atlanta.
And
I mean,
Gregory looking 3 wide. Almost isn't gonna work.
oh, Erdman.
Almost spun around Erdman.
He got the wall.
Erdman in the wall.
Erdman's
I
not
think
gonna be happy about that one.
it might be time to try to calm it down a bit. There are 40 laps to go. You can kind of settle in for a bit. There's no more stage points up for grabs. Only for the race window, the race win window when that opens up.
Oh! Good for McMillan again. And here comes Gregory to the outside.
Everyone getting loose right now. That's 3 wide.
There's
What?
my 8 wide racing.
Okay.
Indeed.
3 wide back here. McMillan on the inside of Cherry. Then you got the 8 of Mannix Baird up there as well. You got 32 of Alexander Ortega still in that middle lane. All around chaos. Still 3 wide, heading in 3 and 4. There's Cole Wilson on the middle lane.
And Piper might have tried to take it 3 wide on Gregory. Thinks better of it. He's going to continue to push Gregory almost 3 into 1.
Matt Spear taps the wall a little bit. He gets off it, and he falls in line behind Cole Wilson.
Racing has been intense at the front of the field so far tonight. Michael Gregory on that outside lane trying to side draft Tyler Stevenson. Oh, Stevenson.
Yeah, he was really loose down that front straightaway, all over the place. Hangs on to it. That's going to hit the inside lane, though. The top's way formed up way better.
Oh,
And here comes Ortega looking to the outside.
Trying to push the 39 or 29, I don't know, Brandon Unslater.
Brandon Pfeiffer up there as well. He gets sideways, and now the 3 wide again.
Pulling the ball.
Moment from Ortega, almost went around as well.
Pfeiffer in the fence. Oh, contact!
Contact.
Hunsicker.
They are getting dicey. They are getting dicey.
Yeah, they are looking to wreck half the field here.
We're
They
about
are
to get
still side by side for the lead.
We're about to get one of them good old stack up and wreck.
And Ortega
Oh.
3 wide.
Ortega on the outside lane. He's been aggressive all night long in that Ford Mustang.
He's trying to
He
go
has his teammate
down.
Cole Wilson behind him. Wilson's going to try to go well.
Bit of neck code there for Ortega. He's in the wall slightly.
Oh,
He'll try to find a
Big
place in
moment.
line. They are just going aggressively. Almost 3 wide again.
Gotta chill.
My
Oh, this ain't
goodness.
even 10 to go.
Yeah,
I
Well, they can make it work.
I think the extended stage caution really got them eagered up or something. I don't know. Something clicked or something.
Patience is gone. That's out of the window.
Yeah, what's patience? Never heard of that.
Really,
course
none of
you
these
don't
guys
have
have
any.
either.
Michael Gregory on the outside will lead that lap. Of course, he made his Cup debut in Fontana 2 weeks ago. Ran pretty well there. And having a solid run inside of the top 5. So, Rowan Stevenson,
again!
teammates at ETR, completely loose down the back straightaway.
I'm not sure how long they can keep this up. They are really going at each other.
They might as well be practically wrecking each other for this at this point.
My goodness, what a race it's been so far under the lights in Atlanta.
I believe Stevenson just said over the radio that, my bad, I'm not a great pusher. That is not something you want to hear from the car on the inside. And second, as Ortega's looking back to the outside.
There's Pfeiffer almost making it 3 wide. They're door to door as McMillan tries to drop back in line at all. Honestly, a lot of the chaos starts down the front straightaway when they get all spread out and they can start making some moves.
Cameron, I can back you up with what you've heard over the radio. But if I'm Stevenson, you don't want to get out of line and fall to the back because you already got this track position.
Oh.
So you got to deal with pushing, and maybe you'll learn how to push better as this race goes on.
I mean, either way, you wreck the field or you win the race. You'll learn somehow. As Braden Hunsaker had a big moment blinking, might be getting sucked up by a tornado as Stevenson way up the track.
Like as we've seen at Kansas last season.
Yeah, that time it was Payson Lindsay delayed the race. Absolutely ridiculous behavior by Payson Lindsay that day. How dare you get swept up by a tornado?
I think that was Cole Clausen at the bottom.
Clausen moves out of the way. Coming back to 30 laps remaining from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Here's Stevenson building on his teammate. Oh, but he almost turns him, and he's gonna turn him. He saves it though. Cherry's though loose on the inside, and they all they no.
Save it again.
They did it once. How?
How did they save that?
No one wrecked.
Yeah, Tyler Stevenson pulls off his best Chick Hicks impression and takes the lead.
I mean,
Race control was about to throw the caution, but they held off.
Nobody wrecked. No one. They all saved it.
And look at Hunsaker back on the outside, pushed by Gregory. And someone just blew their engine down the front straightaway.
Blew up.
We'll take a look who it was. It was.
I
don't
think it
even know.
might have been someone in the pits. I'm not sure what just happened. Okay, yeah,
now
maybe the
this-
pit car blew up. Who knows?
That's Carlos.
Now this leaves only 10 cars at the front of the field.
Carlos
As our
said over
pace
the
car.
transcript that Carlos Ortiz said 78, you're gone. He's not happy with 78.
No, I
Yeah,
mean, I think I heard someone else say that the 78 blinked out, so
Oh.
nobody knows what's going on. We're chaos under the lights here at Atlanta.
I mean,
As we
man.
know, if our pace car driver was Brody Webster, so would make
Oh,
sense
that's our
that the
first
engine
mistake.
blew up.
Yeah, Brody Webster must have been revving the engine, not knowing it's gonna blow up or something.
My goodness.
That backpack is gonna have to somehow get together to catch back up. They're about, I think, 10 seconds behind.
It is.
about
It
that.
is. It is such a mixed bag inside the top 10. Stevenson, McMillan, Hunsaker, Moon, Gregory, Wilson, Ortega, Urban, Beard, and Matthew White at the front of the field in this late main pack.
I
To
don't think you
confirm
want
on the
Wilson up here.
78, they were informing him that that he was blinking, and there is no beef between anyone. As we have a slow.
To move out of the way, and we'll be landing back onto the track.
Yeah, he must have brought the Arca package going that slow. Good thing he safely was able to get out the way.
Ooh, McMillan got a little bit loose.
Two Ford Mustangs at the front of the field. Still your pole sitter, Braden Hunsiker's had a solid race all day long. He's been up front, and he currently sits third.
Didn't he say he was going to help his teammates?
He's got his teammate helping him.
Helping himself. Well. Oh gosh.
Michael Gregory on the outside. He's still to the bumper of that 29 of Cherry, or 29 of, what's his name? Hunsiker.
Looks like the backpack is starting to fall behind just a little bit.
Yeah, look at this. They're 3 wide back here.
I wonder why.
Oh, Nolan Crane on the outside getting lapped. Falling to the back, there's Ronan Suarez there. There's George Carey Freeds in the 64. There is the 77 of Brandon Piper. He currently leads it. They're going to need to get single file. Braden Hunsiker's loose. Matthew White's in the wall. I'm speechless. How do they save it again?
Yeah, and Hunsiker's not at the field with the radio. What a save by him, though. And that's going to be huge for the second pack. That might help him get back up here.
Yeah, of course, lost some momentum up front. There's that second pack trying to get single file as fast as they can. It's going to be all up for grabs towards the end of this race. There's McMillan trying to clear himself on Cole Wilson. Down on what? Not clear at all. What was that? And he's going to be hard on the wall.
McMillan Wilson should be out.
And his engines blew up. He's out.
Yellow flag.
Don't hit him!
Oh,
what the? Oh my.
Yeah, that is just
happening?
That's an unfortunate secondary wreck, like 20 minutes after the initial wreck.
I thought whoever was about to slide.
Oh my god, that was pit successful on whoever those two were.
Yeah, McMillan is not clear. Oh, hard.
Oh, Max Beard in it too.
Richard Cherry is also very unhappy with something that happened on track. We might have to go get a word with him.
Oh
my gosh, I thought he was about to be hit. Pit successful.
What happened to the 78 though? We'll have to see how he got turned around. That's a weird moment.
I mean, it looked like the 31 of Suarez just decided he was clear for the pit and just cleaned him out.
Oh, we have the longest blink ever.
No,
And
comes back
and then
just
pit
gets
successful.
I mean, he did have the longest blink ever, so I wouldn't put that on.
I don't know, man. I mean, he did come back for quite a while, and it just was clear to pit the vehicle.
We'll take a look here with Cole or Ethan McMillan riding along with the 70. Just not clear at all. He was having a good run up front, and yeah, not clear.
It just hooked back around and that's not good on the spine.
How about we get Richard Cherry in here to tell us about the chaos that we just witnessed? Actually, never mind. I don't know where he just went. Oh, never mind. Alright, Richard Cherry, we saw you get turned around in the... I don't even know if it was the first bit of chaos or second bit of chaos. I don't know. You got turned around at some point. What happened to get you spun around?
I was just trying to brake, and Rajon got me in the back, so, you know, things happen, but I mean, probably for y'all it's really entertaining, but for us it's just really stressful.
Oh, I'd imagine. We also heard you over the radio having a discussion with, I believe, the 31 car is Suarez. So, take us through what caused that frustration.
I mean, I gave him the bottom as a lap car, and then he just loses it coming 10-3, and then he wrecks the 78 on the caution. I don't know if it was blinking from the 78 or what, but he just, I don't know, to be honest. I gotta look at that after the race.
Yeah, we're just as confused as you are on that one, so we do wish you luck on the rest of your journey, and hopefully you can bring it back for TCMC.
I hope I don't end up on the fucking grandstand, so yeah. Move me to Hunsiker, by the way.
Yeah, we got you.
Alright, thank you.
Okay, we would like to apologize for the, we would like to apologize for that language. You know what, not really. I don't really apologize. Ethan Chandler can apologize, but I don't. I
Yeah,
endorse it
Ethan. This
actually.
is Ethan Trendler's channel. If you search in Ethan Trendler in or what was it, Ethan Trendler Rage Bait, you'll find otherwise.
Yeah, nice try. Anyways, as we're rolling here down the back straightaway, it has been just an intense race. We'll be restarting with 19 to go in Atlanta.
As Matthew White gets a choose cone violation, just chose way too late and almost just like went in the middle, so he dropped to the back.
Hey, that's a line, bro. The middle is a line.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate for Matthew White, just irrelevant on all day really. Not even the qualifying merchant. He couldn't cheese the way he needed to.
Yeah,
Wonder if
Matthew
he has
White
a concussion.
looking for some redemption in tomorrow night's NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series race coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, live on this channel. Pace car back down pit road once again. It is Stevenson, and how about TJ Moon on the outside back to green?
Oh, a terrible start from the 78. Did not get going at all.
He stacks up Gregory Hunsicker, your pole sitter. Justin Rout there goes down to the inside.
He must be starting in fourth gear or something.
Yeah, according to Andrew Stacy, that might be the reason why he got pit maneuvered by the 31. Single file for the most part up front. Cole Wilson goes to the outside.
Justin Rout going with the driver of the 22. Big push up on that top lane. Rout rode to the bumper of that number 22 as they're side by side for the lead with Stevenson and Wilson.
And here comes Ortega trying to get behind his teammate, and Cole Wilson almost made it 3 wide. What just happened? Yeah, thank you, production, for shutting down my stream.
TJ Moon side by side down the back straightaway yet again. There is Cole Wilson on the outside lane. Tyler Stevenson down low. Michael Gregory trying to find a place in line.
Oh, and shooting hard into the wall.
Back there. Car coming off pit road. That's Nolan Crane. Ooh, moment! Whoa!
Big save. And here
Sideways.
comes Gregory through the middle.
They are pushing their cars to the limit right now.
There's TJ Moon on the outside lane. He's nearly in the wall. Cole Wilson down to the inside. Oh, Maddox Spear into the door of Cole Wilson. And they're door-to-door, 16 to go.
Oh my God, he's sliding again.
God. The 76 and Justin sliding all over the place.
They're finding the limit, but once when that limit gets over-exceeded, this is about to be bad, folks.
Big one's about to happen. It's about to collect everyone in the field. It's gonna top the Talladega Fall race last year, and the big one.
Door to door for the lead. Cole Wilson back on the outside lane. Rode his bumper. There is that 32 of Ortega on the outside as well. I mean, we can just see that it's been intense all day long. Somehow, the intensity ramping up even more in Atlanta.
Yeah, not Fontana anymore.
Fontana. The opposite side of the country.
They're close enough.
That's close.
They sound similar.
Glad to be out of Fontana.
Oh, we know Cameron.
Yeah, that's a terrible. I mean, not a terrible racetrack, but
Couple drivers there, I guess.
We would have to do 400 laps around here to get to Fontana, like that mileage.
Oh, big push from Rout to Cole Wilson.
Whoa, stack up the back.
Wilson.
Yeah, big stack up from 31.
That's Suarez on the outside. Maddox Spear, they're lined up on the bottom as well. Cole Wilson on the outside lane. Intensity still ramping up. Cole Wilson to the race lead.
We'll see if he can try to control the lines here and see how aggressive Ortega gets trying to get back up to him.
Stevenson to the bumper of the 22. Oh! Stevenson merely to the door of his teammate. Almost got him turned around.
And very sketchy up here again.
Big run from the top. Wilson got sideways. Ortega fakes to the top.
Gregory there as well, trying to get to the bumper of Ortega. They're door to door for second place. Colt Wilson currently clear for the race lead.
He needed to jump up there. Now the outside's going to be stuck to his outside.
They're coming to 11 to go next time, and I think we might see some pretty much reaction up here coming soon.
Oh, they were trying to make it work. I doubt the very top lane will go anywhere, as one car dropping out slightly. I believe it might be CJ Erdman.
Yes,
was.
indeed it is. That bottom line, not as organized as the top. Everybody should ride on the top right now.
Oh, Ortega!
Oh,
3 wide! Oh! They save it somehow.
There's a point where you're not going to be able to save it. When that point is reached, it's, yeah.
And
now-
that's as close as you could get without wrecking. And I'm surprised no one upset with Ortega over the radio after that one.
I mean, it's been the theme of the race all race, so it's like, you kind of expect moves like this.
Oh my
And a big
goodness,
block
what a
from
block!
Stevenson.
On his teammate! Stevenson on the apron, this is
No,
gonna be
that's
bad.
not gonna work.
And there they go, big wreck, big one, upside down.
On his side.
On the side.
Caution gonna come out again as Stevenson, it was one too many blocks.
Kill.
CJ Ehrman has damage. Gregory is involved. Ortega.
Great day for Stevenson will come to a showering end. That's extremely unfortunate for that 14 car. The exact day he needed to get back in the points conversation, and he'll end up with a wrecked race car and likely not finish.
Let's take a look at all this. This all happened. I mean, man, what a run he had down the back straightaway to clear himself, and so he's got pushed from Maddox Beard. That's his team. I don't really understand that. Then he gets loose. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe trying to
you
get in
can
front of
see
his
he's-
teammate, but then, oh.
Yeah,
You're
he
trying to check
saw the
up.
momentum on the
Oh
top,
my
and
gosh.
yeah, saw the momentum on the top, and I believe if he got up there, Wilson would have been the only one on the bottom lane, but just a little bit too late of a maneuver, and unfortunately couldn't hold it down on the bottom.
This is going to be intense riding along with Earthman.
Got so close to flipping. Yeah, there's not much you can do.
Oh, almost upside down. Thankfully, Ethan Trummer saw that one.
Wasn't a full flip this time.
Oh yeah,
Ethan Trummer
I forgot it.
gained.
The car had to fully be on its roof for Ethan Trummer
Yeah.
to turn blind.
Yeah. He just sees the exhaust pipe of the car from underneath, and he's like, huh?
As I think pit road's gonna be open this time, so we'll see who comes down.
Can't really do
Oh.
much.
Man, they
oh my
Notice the
gosh.
field. We are lucky to not have the entire back half of the field taken out in that one. It surely looked like it was gonna happen.
Well, it's like most of the field can't be taken out because of how many times we have cars saving it, checking up, and it's like they get so spread out. So good to the drivers that they know how to check up and actually brake. Some.
All right, so most of your leaders are going to stay out here. Coming to 7 to go this time by. It has just been probably the most intense Xfinity race we've had in a very long time.
Yeah.
don't
And
know about that
unfortunately, believe that it's gonna be race over for Michael Gregory. Not happy in the chat room and over the iRacing VC over with him.
As they're currently on 2 to go, coming to the choose cone next time, and I think we're gonna be restarting was around. I think we're gonna be restarting was 5 to go in this race.
Apparently, we needed more reason to be more aggressive in this race.
Oh yeah, it's gonna really
I mean,
spike up now.
It's produced a show to the fans. This put us on the edge of our seats. Honestly, we don't know what's gonna happen after this.
Well, I know exactly what's gonna happen. That dude leading right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh good lord, I didn't even notice that one. Good. Out of the rest of the field, you might as well take cover now. Cole Wilson will. Oh, I can't say that word. He will Carson everybody and make sure someone else will take out the field.
Everybody's gonna have to be getting in them storm shelters because if you're above ground, you're about to get wiped out, bro.
Oh yeah, I mean the FedEx version of Chick Hicks, he's just gonna be taking him out left and right, putting someone probably in. You see that pit off of turn 3? Someone will probably end up in that lot.
Someone's probably gonna end up back in North Carolina to the race shop.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when your favorite driver is Joey Logano. You take his notes and God, I really wish I could say that word without production. I can't even say that either.
As we should cut Cameron's mic off of the production.
All right.
We'll just say fat instead of that word.
So, interesting and certain, I think they're about even as 78.
Just throw to the middle.
He already has his back, so there's no point in giving him PLL.
Oh, you still gotta give it to him. That's how it works, bro.
Alright. Give me a sec. We find him.
All right, guys. It's going to be restarting with 5 to go. Any predictions here for the final 5 laps?
Richard Cherry's gonna get it done here today.
He's gonna flip.
No, okay.
Cole Wilson. I will say
Stop
Cole
it.
Wilson will cause at least one incident, and especially if he ends up winning here, he's gonna take someone out if he wins.
Car's still
Cole
on
Wilson.
pit road. Here's Cherry.
Oh,
Remember,
never
I'm
mind.
pretty sure we
Dang
have
it,
we have 3 overtime attempts, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yep.
Yeah, and last.
But
Hold up, let's go through this right now. If we do get to the final overtime, caution will not be waived at all.
yeah, no, never.
so Maddox, how about what an opportunity up front here. Restarting second for Maddox Beard. Enter this race 20th in the standings. Pace
Look
car
out,
back
no
down pit
further,
road.
though. Braden Huntsicker up here again.
It is 5 laps remaining from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Back on the roll, what a bad restart for the inside line.
Wow.
Top lane rolled phenomenal. Ow! Ooh!
Rolling it clear
Top flavor.
down on that inside to the bumper now of Cole Wilson. Everything's up for grabs now. Thought you saw aggression before? Buckle up. It's about to get intense as now Rowe goes to the outside. He's got help from Maddox Beard. Side by
Yeah, and that's
side now
gonna-
for the lead.
That's gonna screw Cole Wilson. No way. Actually, he has help from Carlos Ortiz, who somehow is still in this race after almost flipping off turn 4.
Oh, take it front, take it three. Oh. He's borderline on that. He's borderline
Oh,
on that.
Herklotz in the middle. There's that 77 of Pfeiffer on the outside lane. Andrew Stacy.
They were 3 wide, 2 rows deep back in the field for a moment. Dead even for the lead in turn 3.
Side by
3 laps
side.
to go.
Rowe on the outside lane. How about Carlos Ortiz in the 10? CWR lined up 1, 2, 3 on the bottom lane.
Huge block from Ortiz on Ortega.
Oh, the battling.
Oh, 3 wide. Ortega through the middle.
Big Jason Beard.
Ortega pushing just into the lead.
Yeah, and that's gonna. Cole Wilson, his teammates, not probably gonna be happy with that one.
Coming in a 2 to go. Justin Rowe, your winner in Fontana, currently leading, looking for 2 in a row.
Ortega.
But here comes Ortega. Big blocks all around. Huntsicker now on the outside. Oh, they're making contact. Ortiz in the wall. And they are wrecking back here. No. What? Oh.
They didn't. No. Caution.
Caution.
And now it's
That-
a green-white checkered.
This will set up overtime. Maddox Beard and Matthew White involved. Let's take a look at what happened to bring out this. I mean, they wrecked about 15 times, and then they finally eventually wrecked. For real. So, yeah, look, they're all like 4 cars, 5 cars sideways. They all save it somehow. God only knows.
Matthew.
Maddox just got hooked right there by White.
After
Matthew
not
White,
being-
he's been irrelevant all race, and
Yeah.
he had to find a way to make himself relevant by pulling off that maneuver.
Not the first time that he's wrecked late in a caution. Bristol.
Oh yeah, we don't speak about that one. That was the most pitiful thing I've ever seen.
All right, well, this will set up NASCAR overtime. And Justin Rowe, currently your leader, Alexander Ortega, lined up in row number 2. So who would have thought? 2 of the drivers that have been best all season, one has a win, one has been really fast, and that's a couple of stage wins. Running 1-2 at a drafting style track in one of the most chaotic Xfinity races we have seen in a long time.
Yeah, how about we go have a word with the driver of the 32? Alex, we've seen you be by far the most aggressive driver in this field, making insane maneuvers. I don't even know how you haven't wrecked the field by doing it yet. What's the plan for this restart?
I don't know. We're just gonna put the gas to the ground and hopefully we'll be seeing the checkered in first place.
Alright, oh, my bad. But I heard you call yourself Dale Earnhardt over the radio, so I expect to see those maneuvers be pulled, and I expect to see that 32 car in victory lane.
Yeah, I didn't expect to get given room. I think I ended up below the white line, but I just wasn't trying to kill the guy on my outside. So, yeah, we're just going for it. Hopefully it'll work out.
Alright, yep. Good luck, Alex, and hopefully for CWR you get in victory lane, and hopefully it's cleanly.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, there's Alexander Ortega in the 32 car.
Cleanly
Restarted
is not
second,
a
as we
word
mentioned
for,
before.
CWR.
What? What did those two just fly past the pace car?
Miller. Okay,
Miller. Bailey.
Maddox Beard coming back onto the racetrack still has an opportunity ahead of him if something happens up front, for maybe to get a better finish than what he currently has.
Okay, so yeah, after those two guys just decided to get their laps back, they got into a little incident in turn 1. Yeah, so this is interesting maneuvers back in the field between these two.
All right, guys. I think is this the first overtime of the season?
I
I
don't
think
think
so.
we had one in Daytona. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So-
I believe first overtime for Xfinity.
How do you guys think this one's gonna play out? First overtime of the season, and the drivers are more aggressive than ever.
I mean, you heard Ortega. He's taking off the sleeves, and I expect multiple people to keep their foot to the floor, and they are not lifting for anything. So,
As a famous Orca driver has said, I'm not lifting till I see the God or the checker flag. Let's round them up, boys.
All right, here we go. Choose time.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, why is there not many cars?
Route picks the inside. Pulling outside is going to be Ortega. And then lining up in row number 2, it's going to be Hunsinger on the bumper of Ortega. And then you got Cole Wilson lined up there as well. How about Andrew Stacy up here? Carlos Ortiz still in contention. How about George Kiriefrieds? He's coming for a bit of a comeback. Let's look inside of the top 10 or top 15 at some of these drivers up here looking to possibly get an upset win. You got Andrew Stacy currently running in 5th. How about Brandon Piper? He runs 7th currently. Kiriefrieds currently in 8th. Moon currently inside the top 10. How about Herklotz? He's been quiet all day. He currently runs 9th.
I mean, yeah. I'm more surprised 64 of George Kiefer's. He has not been really seen for a while, and here he is. He could have a chance to win this thing.
Another driver up here is Rojan Ko, currently in 11th. All right, here we go. NASCAR overtime from Atlanta.
We're seeing someone flip tonight. Again.
I just realized what paint scheme I'm running tomorrow.
All right.
Arena one, isn't it?
Well, here. Let's save it for post race. Here we go.
I know.
Side by side, ready. Pace car comes down pit road. It is overtime for the Xfinity Series in Atlanta. Route gets a decent restart still. Ortega on his outside lane. Route is clear of both lines. You got CWR lined up side by side behind him.
Remember, they have to make it to the white flag for this race to be official.
Front
Honestly,
four scooting away, but now comes the rest of the field catching right back up.
Ortega side drafting down the back straightaway. He's door to door for the lead. Side by side with Rowe.
One bad push, and this could be terrible for this whole pack.
It is time to send them off in Atlanta. 1 to go. Final lap is underway. There's door to door for the lead.
Wilson.
Wilson on the bottom. Ortega on the outside lane. Help from the 29 Hunsicker. Through 1 and 2. One final time. Rowe, your current leader, down the back stretch they go. Ortega on the outside. He's got to run. Oh, he's nearly getting turned. Here they come. Through 3 and 4. They're side by side to the checkered flag. Oh, huge hit. Wilson's going to win it.
There is a car upside down, I believe.
Huge hit.
Oh, Route, absolutely horrible crash.
Wilson, the person who wrecked on lap 2, is the person who gets it done at Atlanta.
And he didn't clean someone out. I believe he didn't clean someone out.
We'll have to take a look. Route just got dumped there on the final lap. That was...
Don't you hit... Oh, okay. We got carnage.
Wow, we might have to look at that one before we get
I believe Route cleared himself and Alexander Ortega. He would have had the win as well. Unfortunate, trying to go for 2 in a row.
So Michael Gregory in the chat room is saying that Cole Wilson absolutely destroyed Route or Ortega. I'm not really sure. I didn't really see what happened exactly. It was just chaos.
He stalled it.
Yeah, you can see Cole Wilson doesn't really win too often. I'm not sure what kind of celebration this is. This is pretty poor.
Not enough smoke.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Wow.
And that's it. Yeah, Cole Wilson, I hope you never win a race again. That was poor. That was the worst celebration. Carter Village's 2024 Dover ARCA win celebration was better than that one, so.
Alright, let's take a look at what happened to bring out a crash for Route on the final lap. So, let's watch the 76. So,
oh my
Oh,
gosh.
he clears himself, I believe.
Oh!
I believe he clears himself. Let's actually ride along with Cole Wilson because possibly Cole Wilson could have gotten into him, turned him around.
Yeah, this.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
he
happened.
did. He hit the left rear.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so Cole Wilson did wreck his way to a win.
Oh, what a hard
Not an
hit.
intentional wreck though, just trying to push Route and unfortunately hooked him there.
Yeah, the back-to-back wins faded that quick. Oh my gosh! Oh, got hit by Maddox as well. Oh, Fury!
Absolutely nasty. And then we had the wreck in the back that all started earlier on. I believe it started with Pfeiffer, a couple other cars maybe.
Yeah, Braden. Yeah, you see a little check up there.
Braden high a little bit and.
Oh, watch these hits though. Just
Huge
start
crash.
piling. Yeah. Surprisingly, no flip. I thought I saw someone get airborne. I think it was just someone got hit so hard it just lifted them.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh.
And look at the. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, yeah. We're gonna have to get a checkup on the 76, guys. That did not look good.
So right along with that 76 route through this accident.
A lot of G-forces going through him right now. Yeah, right there. Kind of hit him wrong. Ah! Right when the wall comes back at you, too.
Yeah, it's a nasty place to hit on the front straightaway at Atlanta. Just not
Yeah,
something
just
you want
for
to do.
1 second he's thinking he's coming off turn 4 to win the race, and then next second he's head on into the wall, spinning. Oh my god, just a nasty wreck for the 76. He's got to be thankful this isn't real life.
They'll finish top 10, so good points day.
Watch all this
Yeah,
melee.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not thinking about a good points day after coming that close to winning.
Oh my gosh.
What a landfill after that.
What a race.
Preview
Cole
for
Wilson,
tomorrow.
your winner. And somehow, after all of that, Chandler Wilson Racing comes home 1-2-3. I mean,
Yeah,
what a
I mean,
race.
not a proud win by our team, especially after Cole Wilson's, Cole Wilson's terrorism, but
Wow.
yeah,
All right.
production, you can come after me for that one. That's the only word to describe it.
Post-race interviews coming up. Does anybody want to help?
Yeah, nice try.
Nope.
All right.
I guess
nice
not.
try. Wow, unbelievable. All
Nice
right,
try.
anyways. Post-race interviews coming up. And it's first of all going to be your winner, Cole Wilson. Cole Wilson, it's a victory for you guys here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. First of the season, an insane finish, kind of a controversial one. What happened there coming to the checkered flag between you and Justin Rowe?
I think I just got into his right rear. I was not trying to wreck him. I wasn't even trying to I was trying to give him a bump, and just pushed him up the track ever so slightly, and then Ortega was pinching him pretty good, and that just right hooked him up. I really hate winning like that. I feel bad. I apologize to Round. It's not how I want to race, and that's not how I want to win. So, I apologize for that, but it was a good win, and we'll move on and hopefully have win again, but a little bit of a better fashion.
All right, so of course, an insane race for you guys. You, of course, were involved in that very, very controversial lap 2 incident where you cleared yourself, it looked like, from our point of view, on Braden Hunsaker. You drive your way through the field. Just take me through some of the highlights of your insane race tonight, and then how much momentum this is going to give you guys heading into the rest of the season where you get an early race win on race number 4.
It's a good. We had a like you said, wreck on lap 2 where, you could say I cleared myself. Me and Braden got together, which was unfortunate. That put us behind. Just worked my way back through the pack, picking them off one at a time, really, and then up front there at the end with the track position, and with the restart there, got by Round after hooking them. So we came across the line first.
All right, well, big congratulations on, of course, the race win. It's going to give you some good momentum for the rest of the season. We will see you coming up, I believe, in Darlington. All right, coming up next is going to be Alexander Ortega. Alexander Ortega, very, very eventful race for you guys. You were started towards the end of the field, I believe. You made your way up there, some aggressive moves all throughout the pack. You ultimately will come home in second place after witnessing that massive incident on the front straightaway. So all that pushing on the final lap, you were, I believe, third down the front straightaway. You saw the 76 got turned. You barely avoided him. Just take me through that final lap for you guys.
Yeah, we did a good job getting ourselves in the right position. Like you said, just really, really aggressive moves and making them all stick. And then just on the last lap, I thought I was in the perfect spot. The outside been getting the momentum down the front every single lap. And into 3, the 29 just tapped me. Like we were kind of into the turn in, like turned down the hill, and he just got me on the rear, and it just got me really, really loose. And so I kind of stacked us up, and then I lost my help. And so there was nothing I could really do. So I was just trying to side draft Justin really hard coming on the line, and I think he got tapped by Cole Wilson and then sent him up into me and hooked him pretty hard into the outside wall, which really sucks. I don't want to see that happen to him. We worked together really well throughout the race, and just sucks to see it not pay off there at the end.
Well, still a really solid day for the points and ultimately a top 2 finish here tonight. You guys have been so close to so many wins so far this season. Do you finally think you're going to be able to break through in Darlington and try to get your first career victory?
I'd say yes, but I unfortunately can't make Darlington due to my freshman college orientation, so I'll have a sub for that race.
All right, well, the next Xfinity race after that will, I believe, be Chicagoland. So we will see you then at Chicagoland.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, coming up next here tonight is going to be your, I believe, fourth place finisher Andrew Stacy. Andrew Stacy, kind of a quiet race for you guys ultimately. You didn't run up front a whole lot today, but you got a top 5 P4 at Atlanta. You guys came home second here a season ago in the Xfinity Series, so 2 top 5s in a row tonight. Just take me through how you got up here inside of the top 5 to finish 4th.
I got wrecked lap 2. Not my fault. 7 minutes of damage. Thankfully, everyone was being an idiot and didn't know how to do choose cones, so I got like 10 laps to take damage. So I slowly crawled my way up. I followed my teammates, and eventually I was battling with Carlos Ortiz there for the 3rd place. And yeah, it was a fun night. A lot of wreck avoidance.
So, of course, great momentum for you guys heading into tomorrow night's Cup Series race. Of course, it's been well documented throughout the last couple of weeks. It's been a terrible Cup Series season overall for you guys. You sit 25th or 26th in the standings.
Yep.
Do you guys think you're going to be able to turn it around in Atlanta?
Well, it's Atlanta, first of all, so it's gonna be very unpredictable. I'm an unpredictable person, I would say. So I feel like I'll be good. I mean, I've done good finishes here in the past. I did good in iCar. I did good today, and I did good last season here as well. So I feel like it's not gonna be a roll of dice, that's for sure. I feel like I'm definitely gonna get a good top 10 finish, at least, at best.
All right, well, still nice job coming home with a very solid top 5 finish here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Xfinity Series, and we'll see you where you try to rebound in the Cup Series tomorrow.
All right,
Coming up next is going to be driver of the number 65, George Carey, for his comes home P5. George Carey for his P5 for you guys. So your first top 5 of the season. It's great points overall as well. Unfortunately, your team didn't have the night. The other 3 cars in the race didn't have the night they would want. But top 5 for you guys. It was an eventful start to the race. I believe you got some damage. You ultimately rebounded to finish 5th. So just take me through the final couple of laps from your perspective.
Honestly, it was insane. I mean, we went from thinking that our car was done at the halfway point to just sticking through it and coming back down. And, coming back down for tires at the end helped us in the long run, and we were able to get through most of the wrecks coming to the end. So, I mean, great finish for the 64 Sam's Club car. This is what we needed. We need the points. We need to get back into this hunt for the playoffs. Unfortunate for my teammates, though, and, they unfortunately couldn't make it past the halfway point.
All right, so still, how much momentum is this going to give you guys after it's also going to be really good points? Should point you guys closer to in the direction of the playoffs.
Hopefully we can continue the the run that we're on. Hopefully, get some more points next week and the weeks that following. Just keeping in that playoff window to hopefully potentially make that 8-car field who makes the playoffs, and just keep at it continuously and just try to win a race this season.
All right, well, still, very nice job coming home with a solid top 5 finish, something you guys needed in the point standings. We'll give you guys good points heading into Darlington, and we'll see you then.
Thank you.
Coming up next is going to be P6. How about Rojan Koch? Rojan Koch, it has been a disaster of a season so far, but you guys will come home P6 here tonight. Top 10, first top 10 of the season. So, of course, it all started this season with you guys DNQing in Daytona. You were 22nd in points entering tonight, but it's a 6th place finish with fantastic points. Just take me through your thoughts there on the final couple of laps.
Well, my butt was pretty tight knit coming to the white flag, especially with all of that craziness that came to the end. But really, this good finish is just the beginning. I always say, no matter how the dark tunnel gets, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and if things don't work out, then you can try again next season. But I didn't expect to finish in the top 10, but thankfully circumstances and me learning the track a little bit more provided me with those results. On top of luck, really. Last lap, I just got lucky. Let's just be honest. The people who were there just were lucky to get a bit more finishes with that pretty gnarly wreck.
Well, how much momentum is this going to give you guys going into the rest of the season where you try to get into a position to get closer to the playoff cut line?
Yeah, as you mentioned with the DNQ with Daytona and the not so good finishes thereafter, we're on a time crunch to get as close to to try and make the playoffs this season, because last season we were close, we didn't make it. So this season we're not gonna get cocky. We're gonna lock in and try and do the best we can, because you can make it, you cannot make it, but as long as you do the best that you knew you could, then that really is all that matters. But yeah, we're gonna lock in, put our head on the ground, practice, and look at telemetry and see what we got to do.
All right, well, still nice job here, coming in with a very solid top 10 finish, your best finish of the season, and we will see you coming up in Darlington.
Thank you, Ethan. Have a good one.
You too. Up next is going to be Maddox Beard, who came home with a P8 finish here tonight. Maddox Beard, it's your first top 10 of the season. It's P8 tonight. So ultimately, you guys got caught up in a wreck that set up NASCAR overtime. You gained some positions there at the end. It ultimately will finish in 8th place. So just take me through your perspective on that overtime finish.
Yeah, so what caused the overtime, I just want to point out, I don't know, I was just battling up there at the front, and all of a sudden I'm spinning and saved it, and then someone came and finished me off. But yeah, so we had 8 minutes of repairs. I took a minute of it. I knew I wasn't going to win the race because my car was topping out. But yeah, at the overtime there, I was just honestly trying to bring it to the checkered. And I saw in the 3 and 4, there was an absolutely huge wreck. So I just put my floor down. I put the foot to the floor, and from there, I avoided the wreck and got P8. But it's still disappointing because it seems like every week it's something else that's taking me out.
So still unfortunate for you guys to get caught up in that wreck there with 3 to go, but still, it's still a top 10 finish. Are you guys going to be able to maybe build on this momentum continuing throughout the season?
Yeah, I think we can. I think I'm definitely going to have the speed at a lot of tracks to try and get the win. But yeah, I just from here just hope to bring this momentum into Darlington or whatever the next race is. So yeah, just do the best we can and just avoid the wrecks. If we avoid the wrecks, we'll definitely be up there top 5 and hopefully trying to get some wins.
All right, well, we will see you, Maddox, coming up in Darlington.
Yep, thank you.
Coming up next is going to be CJ Urban comes home P11. CJ Urban, what a day for you guys. It all started off pretty clean early first half for you guys, I think, but then you ended up on your side in a wreck. I thought you guys were done, but somehow you guys come to rebound to finish P11, so just take me through that comeback and ultimately getting on your side.
It was a wild race. The first half of the race was really frustrating. I got split like 3 wide by the 5 car a couple times. That was kind of frustrating. And then spent the rest of the first stage just trying to survive and salvage something out of that. Didn't get any points, which sucked. But then we were able to get our way up through, and when they all wrecked, but we didn't get the caution, it kind of separated us, and I thought we were going to ride. And then the 14 got loose, and instead of holding it down on the apron, he kind of committed murder on the field and killed us all. And then spent the rest of the race just trying to salvage whatever we could, and I was able to miss that last wreck and make a semi-decent recovery.
All right, so you guys were the points leader after Fontana. Not a good finish in Fontana. That put you guys down. Still P11 after a lot of the top contenders really finished back in the field. Do you? What are your guys' thoughts on your situation in points here currently after Atlanta?
Yeah, last week really hurt us. I was just terrible. I don't know. I couldn't figure it out for whatever reason, but we were able to recover decently today. Had better speed than that, but just got caught up in a mess that wasn't ours, so can't really do anything about that, but feel okay, and we'll have to keep grinding because next week's not a great track for me, so just salvage what we can there.
All right, well, we will see you coming up in Darlington.
Yep, thank you.
Next up, going to be the 29 of Richard Cherry. Richard Cherry, it's a P12 finish for you guys. Ultimately, a very frustrating race all around. You couldn't really ever make your way to the front of the field. You got caught up in a couple of accidents tonight. Just take me through some of the highlights or lowlights of your night.
I mean, I just suck at this combo Atlanta with Xfinity car, so you know it's a awkward track. I mean, you cannot push, you cannot do shit. It's just or stuck in a gridlock unless they form a third lane, which these people cannot hold. So I don't blame them. I would probably wreck if I made a third lane too, but you know, it was unfortunate. There the contact with Salas. We're sponsoring both the same league, which by the way, it's running its course temporarily at least for this week. Tomorrow is Division 3 at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you wanna even race, I mean, you can just reach out to me or CFI Chibi or whatever you wanna call him. Just race. So that's fine. You will have to check with the admins. But going back to the race, it's just really unfortunate there. I got the tolling damage, and then I was able to get 4 spots there. But frustrating, I have to wait 2 weeks just to have a chance again to race.
All right, so still, I think you're going to probably, unfortunately, lose the points lead after this one. But it's still been a pretty decent season for you guys. Of course, that win in Daytona. Do you guys think you're going to be able to get back to victory lane from Atlanta, or Darlington, I should say?
Darlington, I will have to say, I mean, the car is really loose there. Really, really loose. I will have to get used to it, but at least it's way better than racing the plate tracks. Because I don't know how I even won Daytona, so I mean, now we are coming up to tracks with low grip, real racetracks. Except maybe Michigan. I suck at Michigan, so let's see what I can do at tracks like Chicagoland or Rockingham, which I have never raced in my life.
All right, Cherry. Well, still nice job getting somewhat of a recovery for you guys, P12. But we'll see you in Darlington coming up.
All right, thank you.
Next up, going to be Diego Salas. Comes home P 3 laps down. Diego Salas, in your Xfinity debut tonight, you ultimately will finish 3 laps down here tonight. So ultimately, just what happened to take you guys out of contention for a good finish?
First of all, thank you for the opportunity to Team Chevy for giving me this ride. This is my first race in an iRacing league, so I'm not even from the US. So I try. Sorry for everyone to. I think I was blinking, so I hope that doesn't make any problem but first of all, we try to make a good race, so stay at the bottom and seeing what's gonna happen. So try to avoid all the crashes. I was doing a good job since until the mid race, until someone I think the 31 got me in the back, so I got damaged and had to be under green, and there goes my race. But I think we finished the race, so it's a good objective for us. So
all right, so still a not a bad finish, top 20 here ultimately after recovering with some damage. So will we see you in any upcoming Xfinity races throughout the rest of this season?
Maybe if I have the time and the tracks, but I think I have Charlotte. So if I have the money to acquire all the other tracks on the schedule, maybe if there's the opportunity again, I should race again. Why
All
not?
right, well, still nice job getting the finish here tonight at Atlanta, and we will see you in the next race you're able to do.
Thank you.
All right, couple more to go here, finishing up in Atlanta Motor Speedway. Next up will be Cole Clausen, finishes 19th. Cole Clausen, kind of a tough race for you guys here in the Xfinity Series. It's going to be 10 laps down, so just take me through what happened, take you guys out of this one.
Yeah, we're running decent, I guess. I mean, wasn't really trying to get to the front that much, but on lap 38 here, the 81 just decided to go full arcer brakes when the entire track was blocked, and yeah, packed right in the back of me, gave me 14 minutes of optional repairs. So that took us out, but you know, I thought McMillan was going to be up front, and I was just trying to get all my damage repaired, so hopefully I could go help him at the end of the race. But he kind of had some skill issues there too. But yeah, we'll just take it this to tomorrow, and hopefully we can have a good run tomorrow night.
All right, well, still nice job coming home with a. Well, still nice job on the race here tonight. Sorry, you guys, you were caught up in a wreck, and good luck in tomorrow night's Cup Series race.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, 2 or 3 more to go. Finish up post-race interviews in Atlanta. Next up will be Nolan Crane. Nolan Crane, you guys, it all started before the race even got underway with damage on you guys. And then it was kind of just a tough race after that. You got caught up in a couple more wrecks. You ultimately will finish in 20th, a couple of laps down. So just take me through what happened to give you all this damage and taken out of contention for a good finish.
Well, it started off before we even went green. I hit the throttle going on pit road, and then the guys in front of me just slammed on their brakes, and I swerved to the right to avoid them. And yeah, and I also got an EOL for this week when it was supposed to be for last week, but admin error, I guess, got me a penalty to start the race, which, I mean, it worked out fine up until I got ran over by the 9. And what annoys me about, I mean, he's just saying I slid up when I didn't move the car, but I'm over it by now. Just move on for next week or next race. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't do anything about how much damage I got. I had the car locked up and I just kept getting hit. But George ended up finishing like 5th, and he hit the wall head on, got engine damage, and had less repair time than me, which is kind of aggravating. I mean, I still finished 20th, and I still finished in the top 20 after having 16 minutes of repairs, so we didn't get any points, so that'll definitely hurt when it comes to point standings. But yeah, I mean, all we can do is forget it and move on.
All right, well, still sorry about that unfortunate issues in tonight's race, and we will see you in Darlington.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we're going to be Ronan Suarez, comes home 18th. Ronan Suarez, you guys were running pretty decently tonight. Ultimately, it's going to be a finish 7 laps down. So just take me through what happened there at the end to get you guys a couple of laps down.
Well, we got an unlucky strike towards the middle of the race, kind of like a 4th into the race where we got involved in that big wreck. I thought it was a 9-9, but we got struck in the rear wheel by that violently spinning Chevrolet, I think. So we had 12 minutes of damage. I was 15 laps down, but due to the amount of cautions, we were able to somewhat crawl our way back up. We didn't finish on the lead lap. So I mean, it's just a bunch of experience, you know. It's just taking it all in and figuring out what to do better.
All right, so still nice job on the finish here tonight, and we will see you. I believe you're coming up in You're going to be racing Darlington, right?
I think so.
All right, we'll see you coming up in Darlington.
Thank you.
All right, so a couple more to go here. Next up will be TJ Moon. He comes home 9th. TJ Moon, you ultimately you entered this race 9th in the standings. You will finish 9th in the race, so pretty good points haul for you guys. So just take me through the end of that race and just how you got through all the chaos to come home P9.
Yeah, we missed a lot of the big wrecks, surprisingly. I was really scared that I wasn't going to, and I was going to be in the wrecks. I got blamed for a wreck that I don't think was my fault at all. But we had a pretty good, solid finish until a couple guys up front started making some decisions that I personally wouldn't, and they started sliding up and wrecked a couple guys. But we got a couple good finishes for our team, and hopefully we're moving on to the next race.
All right, so how much momentum will this top 10 finish give you guys going into Darlington?
It should give me some. I mean, I went from USA having a good run, and I was gonna win Daytona, but I think I'm just building more momentum, and just I think I'm gonna carry it over and over and over, and hopefully start winning some races here shortly.
All right, well, nice job on the top 10 finish, avoiding a lot of the chaos there late in the race here at Atlanta, and we'll see you coming up in Darlington.
Thank you.
So final interview of the night is going to be Zane Rahman. So Zane Rahman, correct me if I'm saying your name wrong. You will finish, unfortunately, with a DNF here in your first ever Xfinity Series start, 29th place. So ultimately, an early wreck will take you guys out of the race. What ultimately happened there?
Yeah, I mean, it was a shame that I wrecked on my first race. I was drifting up I was drifting up the track. I didn't see anything until it was too late, and then I hit the 96, to which I bounced off him and then accidentally hit the 13, and yeah, that happened. So yeah, not a good day for me and my 6th team, especially for my own team for Screaming Luigi Racing, but hope to get back on the track maybe next time when I run a race. Maybe then I'll have a better result. And I actually want to shout out something from last 2 weeks. Payson Lindsay. He ran my. I want to shout out him real quick since he actually offered me to run my team during Fontana's race. So yeah, I want to give a quick shout out to him on that. But yeah.
All right, well, still, nice job on the race here tonight, your Xfinity debut. Sorry it ended early for you guys, but we'll see you in the next Xfinity race that you're able to compete in.
Yeah, thanks, Ethan.
All right, well, that will do it here tonight for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series at Atlanta. What a race, what a finish. The Atlanta Motor Speedway action has been complete for tonight. Of course, tomorrow night's NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series race from Atlanta coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, tomorrow night. Main event of the week, you do not want to miss it. It is the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series, and that will do it here tonight on behalf of all officials, team owners, drivers, commentators, everybody involved in making this league what it is. What an insane race in Atlanta. We will see you tomorrow night for the Cup Series, their 5th race of the season. Good night from Atlanta Motor Speedway.